All units, please respond. We got a 7467. Two idiots spilling the tea about their neighbors.
Welcome to Crazy Rich Neighbors.
Step Mommy Dearest.
There goes the neighborhood. Hey, upstanding bougie crew and treacherous CRN trolls. Shout out and big bougie thanks to our sponsor, Podcast Junkies, here in Boca Raton, Florida. And guess what, y'all? Congratulations to us. It's our 200th episode!
Woo! Yes, we made it.
They said we wouldn't make it.
Yes.
Can you believe it? Come
I
here, Benji
know.
Moto. Let's do a
All
shot.
right, Benny,
I'm
you've
coming
been-
around.
You've been there with us since the beginning, Benjimon. Cheers, boo. It's been a
Cheers,
wild
Benji
ride.
Moto.
Cheers. Let's go.
Let's
Bottoms
go.
up.
Happy 200th, bitches.
200.
Woo.
That was too big. I got to do that in
Woo.
two parts.
Yes, Hunty, me too. Oh my God. And
Go
here's
us.
to another 200 more signed and lucrative. Yes. So today, you guys, we dive into the chilling saga of Joseph DiMare, a prominent Miami figure whose 1961 death languished as a cold case for over 6 decades.
That's crazy.
I know. Just when it seemed that the mystery would forever remain unsolved, a stunning twist reinvigorated the investigation. Advances in forensic science and forensic technology have cast a startling new light on the unexpected suspect, his very own wifey, Frances DiMare. Join us today as we unravel this decades-old mystery that's taken a most unexpected turn.
It's always the wife or husband.
I know, so why is it unexpected?
I
You
know.
it's like
come
totally
on.
expected.
The fact that they didn't figure that out for 60 years
I
is pretty flippin'
know.
stupid in my book.
Unreal. Crazy. I would think in this day and age it's very hard to get away with any crime.
Forget it. Those good old days are well behind us. We're
Yes.
getting away with nothing, boo.
I know, it's crazy unless you live in crime-riddled places. Like I have a friend whose son was robbed in Chicago,
Oh my
right
God.
after a night out, and he literally ran away from somebody. Well, the son ran away from the people who like surrounded him when he got out of wherever it was that he was partying, and they wanted to steal his phone. Why do they want to steal a phone? Not because they need another iPhone. It's because it's connected to all of your apps and all of your banks.
And your cards. Yeah.
So this friend's son ran away, and then he they beat him up, and then he ran, and then there was a car that looked like a Good Samaritan, turned out was a part of the sting.
No.
Went in the car, got literally beat up by a female who after was driving, "Let me take you home. Because I saved your life. You
Oh
need to give
my
me some money."
God. And then did she rob his house?
No, she didn't rob his house. She robbed his phone and robbed money and thousands of dollars
Oh.
and reported it to the police and Venmo'd herself cash. By the way, so they and tracked
Well,
where
what a
she
dumb
lived.
bitch.
But no, what a dumb justice system that allows criminals to get away with these crimes.
Well, that's
it's
Chicago.
a racket, and she got away with it.
Well, that's Chicago.
She's
Mayor-
not been charged.
The rotund Mayor Pritzker is very pro, crime. Like, he's soft on crime. He's soft on migration. He told the Trump administration, if you come after the migrants here, we're not turning them over. So that's their
So
local politics.
They've unfortunately gotten
Not that it's, I'm saying it's right, but
and it wasn't the first time that she did this. And boom, nothing.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the banks will protect you, but
I
be
hope that
very
young
careful
man moves out of Chicago.
Oh my gosh, I know. Hopefully it'll get better. There's hope,
No,
right?
there's not. Pritzker's still the freaking mayor.
Executive orders.
Yeah, but they don't extend to local he can't override. He can only do things on the federal level.
Oh God, that's sad.
Yeah,
I mean, these
so-
cities are so beautiful and so amazing.
Oh,
you
they're being
know?
mismanaged into ruin. For
Oh
the
my
most
God,
part.
USAID. Oh my God.
Oh, so is this when we just switched genres into our political podcast that we've been talking about?
It's what everybody's talking about. How could we not? We got to talk about, of course, Blake and Ryan Reynolds and Swifty. But
And I want to talk about becoming Brigitte.
First
so
of all,
good.
oh my God.
Let's just throw
USAID.
this mommy step dearest out the
Oh my gosh. I'm all for it. First of all,
Come on, get
what
it
are your
all out of
thoughts?
your system.
What are your thoughts about all of the money that was spent.
I'm sick about it. Are you kidding me? I've been
Girl,
paying
these are
taxes since I was 16 years old,
Oh,
working my fanny
as
off.
an American, you must feel so angry. I cannot believe
I
it.
am. I'm pissed. I'm completely pissed.
I pay taxes in this country, and I feel like this is horrible.
It is horrible. But, you know, like USAID, the proceeds of which were all going to one of the two political parties. So
yes,
it was all for the benefit. They also funded Black Lives Matter and all of the protests
George
and riots.
Soros, allegedly.
George Soros. They also, which you don't hear about, sorry, I'm just checking on my little dog here. What you don't hear about a lot is they are a CIA carve-out, which means they are a extension of the CIA. They were emboldened to do the dirty ops that the CIA didn't want to do.
Oh, this is deeper than I even thought or knew.
Oh, girl, I've known about USAID for at least a year because I follow this guy Mike Benz, B-E-N-Z. He's on X, and he is flippin' amazing. And he used to work at the Pentagon.
So he's a whistleblower.
I think under Trump administration 1, and he has been all over this. So they would do the dirty ops that the CIA didn't want to do, so they could say that they were clean. The CIA is supposed to turn outward and do operations in other countries, but through USAID, they were turning inward and doing operations against the American people.
That's crazy.
They were doing they were all behind the online censorship about the COVID-19 vaccine. They were behind some censorship before the 2020 election. They did allegedly dirty things in Brazil to get Lula in power and Bolsonaro out of power.
I mean, this is a lot more problematic than them giving $40 million for condoms in Gaza, allegedly.
No, it's dirty.
Right?
It's very
but
dirty.
It's like, it's crazy.
I'm not suicidal, but if I don't make it to record next time.
But it's like, they said almost $200 million allegedly was spent for like doing transgender tests on animals.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why?
Yes.
Why? When people can't eat in this country, can't pay their gas and electric bills, like it
why
put
we
the
have
people
homeless
first.
veterans on the street. You know, I was in London a couple of years ago with Rissy, and at a pub, this gentleman asked, he was sort of mocking us why we don't have healthcare here, why we don't have high-speed rail. Well, this is why. It's all this corrupt government grift. They also found that in the past, I think since 2014, perhaps, how many hundreds of billions, or perhaps it's even in the trillions of dollars were misspent from Medicaid. So this is why.
But do you think that people will be arrested, though?
I don't know. But it's like a huge start just to cut off the money. And all of the USAID personnel, except for 300 people, have been let go.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Good. It's a sad day, but a good day. It's progress. And
what
the
you
American
won't
people
hear-
deserve to know what's
what you
happening
won't
with their money.
Here is the censorship in our country and others that USAID is behind. You won't hear about the overthrowing other governments and manipulating elections outside of the United States of America. So, like, I know there's a certain group of people who are up in arms that, you know, this is a charitable organization. It's not. It may have started that way under John F. Kennedy, but it has been so bastardized.
I don't think they have a leg to stand on with the good that it did.
No.
I think the bad outweighed the good.
I do too. And, you know, I was actually going to make Doge one of my Bougie Bible picks because I love all the, you know,
The transparency.
I love all the, you know, misspent funds that they're finding. It makes me mad as hell, but at least now we can stop it.
Yes.
And shame on everybody, both parties who've been in charge for all these years who let that continue.
It happen. Yeah, exactly.
Blames on both parties.
Exactly. Well, you know what? This is the cleanup campaign, and it's a good thing.
But I would suggest anybody who really wants to hear like all of the stuff that USAID's really been into, follow Mike Benz.
I'm gonna check him out
on X. He does these long form videos and he explains everything, and it's frightening. It's not conspiracy theory stuff, y'all. He was in the Pentagon. He knows.
I mean, can't they hopefully they'll give back some money to the American people, because I mean their tax dollars will just
Well, see, here's the problem. We are so in the hole. We are in so much debt.
and flexing around, giving money to like foreign entities. Anyways.
So, yeah, I mean, stay tuned. I mean, I can't
Yes.
believe we're only like 2.5, 3 weeks into this new administration. It feels like it's been,
Yeah,
because so much has happened.
literally.
It feels like it's been much longer.
This whole year feels like it's already been like half a year.
I'm over this year. Can we have a new one?
Oh, I like even years.
Me too.
You too?
Yes.
Oh gosh. Anyway, hey Benji Moto. We digress.
What a rant.
What is up, ladies? Happy 200th episode! Woo! Wait, I said I would do it, so I gotta do it really quick.
What?
Oh, yeah. Twerk it, baby. Woo, 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 woo.
200, baby!
Yes, Hunty. So are you dressed up for this occasion or
Yeah,
something
of
else
course.
happening?
No,
He was
I
making
dressed
money
up.
moves.
I mean, I knew that today was gonna be a special, episode. We have
Aw,
200 episodes, so
yes.
I wanted to make sure I look nice for
You
everybody.
look
do,
great,
you
very
do.
dashing, very
Thank you,
handsome.
thank you. Maybe open up a little bit of the.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Do you have a hairy back?
Not at all.
Oh,
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, there's not
Yes.
one thing of hair on my back.
Okay.
So.
Okay. That's,
Yeah.
And you know, some women love hairy chests.
I don't mind a chest, a back. Bleh.
Yes, but
Yeah.
it's an easy fix for that. If
Yeah,
one
yeah,
had
yeah.
it, but it's not your problem.
Not my problem.
Not my problem.
But yeah, guys, 200. We've been together for so. I love it.
It's just crazy. I'm
That's
sorry
crazy.
to the dancer. She wanted us to have a party,
Oh,
but
hey, girlfriend.
we both have so much on our collective
We do.
plates
We
that
do,
we
child.
just couldn't put anything together.
Yeah.
Maybe on
no.
February 27th when we have our party here, we can kind of also highlight you guys.
Ooh.
We can invite some
Oh,
other crazy rich
maybe.
neighbors.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
It's hard to get Mia to commit to a party.
Yes.
Well, I'm so proud of you guys.
Oh,
for
thank you,
Aw.
Ben.
getting all
And we
the way
couldn't do it without you,
That's
our Benji
right.
Moto.
We always have some good times.
Yes,
you
we
know?
Certainly do.
I look forward to this. This is our happy hour.
Yes, queen.
Okay, after long work, we've been the women.
We learned some lessons
Yeah.
too, you know.
Yes.
We
We
listen.
did.
We
And the
don't
Margie's
judge.
in the house.
Margie's
yes, we
here.
listen, we don't judge.
Where's there she is? Oh.
The Marjums. I heard her do the saddest little whimper today. Literally brought a tear to my eye, little boo boo.
She just needed water. She was not in distress.
Yes.
But see how she emotionally manipulates me?
Yes. yes.
Emotional blackmail.
Yes, girl.
I think she has a scoonch of a UTI. So.
Aw, poor baby.
What you been up to, huh?
Hey.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
How was Jacksonville?
Jacksonville was really good. I went up there. Both my parents are a little injured at the time. At
What
the moment,
happened?
they're okay. I mean, my mom had to get surgery.
no.
She was all good. Everything's good.
Okay.
And then my dad, he pulled his muscle.
Oh no.
And my sister, she's studying for her, or she was studying for her exam, so she can make some more bucks, and she passed.
Which
Yes,
exam?
Heather.
Which exam?
Right? It's Heather?
Emily.
Emily. Why did I think it was Heather?
I don't know.
Which
Sorry.
exam?
It was like the organ transplant.
Damn.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, because she's a sonogrammist, so she has to pass.
Ah.
I think it's organs, veins, and bones. I think. And
Whoa.
so she passed the hardest one, got a 90%. So shout
Yes,
out to
Emily.
I was-
Smart cookie wookie.
I was helping her
Yes,
study.
queen.
I couldn't even pronounce like
Yeah.
half of yeah. So it was-
Yeah.
So, but other than that, it was good.
Wonder
Good time.
Diddy.
Yeah.
Wonder Diddy.
Did you guys have a good weekend?
What? How was my weekend? My
It was
weekend.
uneventful. We had a
your
good
party was
yes, and it was
beautiful.
Good. We had a good time, and then I bed rotted like the whole weekend. I did some steps every day, and that was it. But we had a good time at the club.
Oh,
Shout out to
so-
Marisol at the new beach club at Boca Raton.
It's so beautiful. I
It
felt like we were
really
in
was.
Mykonos.
Yes, Greek affair.
Just backpedaling.
and-
Mia had a birthday dinner at the private room in
Mm-hmm.
Mykonos. Mykonos and Marisol.
Yes.
Last Friday
It
night.
was lovely.
It was so. My flowers are still alive.
The good. It's because they were giving
It
with
was
the
so
love.
beautiful, so
Such
bougie.
good food, and we love the team there at Marisol. They are
It's
awesome.
Good to see Enzo's back.
Yes, 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 yes. It was great. All
was
art
great.
to get the crew together. It was
So that
it
was
nice.
that was a highlight of my weekend.
Yeah, mine too.
You know, my husband's been traveling so much, and with Margie, like, she's okay
Yes.
now, but she has a little heart issues, so we try not to leave her home alone.
Of
so
course
when
not.
he's traveling, she and I are a little team, And so, he travels. He's dining out. He's going out, whatever. When he comes
He
home,
just wants to be
he
in.
wants to be home. But I've been home this whole time. So when he's
Yes.
home, I want to go out.
Oh my gosh, I
so
get
we're having
it.
a little bit of a quandary with that right now.
Aw, Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks. Well, if you want to come out with us, go ahead, and she can come too.
Well, let me see. Like I said, I think she has a little bit of a UTI. It's like
Aw.
lots of urination, more than normal, and
We were just gonna hop around at the club after
Yeah,
maybe
see,
bocce.
the
and
club. I'd love to, but they really don't. I mean, she technically is my service dog, but
Yes.
I don't want to get in any trouble at the
But
club.
they didn't stop you.
Well, we were in the private room.
Okay.
I just don't want to push my luck there. You know what I
Aw,
mean?
I know. Yeah, it's sensitive.
It is. But I
Definitely.
mean, I see dogs there all the time. I just, I love the club. I don't want to get,
Yes.
thrown out of the club.
We could never behave like how we did circa, like, I don't know, 7 years ago. We would be evicted.
But we had so much fun. You know what? I'm too tired now.
That was like college. We would
I
like,
didn't even do that in college. Are
we
you
were-
kidding me?
I'm telling you,
I was
you
so
had
good in
it.
college.
That was like,
That was it.
it was like
that
we were
was
in
it for me.
It was the frat and the sorority.
That was it for me.
Okay, but
At
child, we
least I
can't
did it
get away
once.
with that
No,
anymore.
child, we gotta be good.
Mhm.
That sucks.
We were savages all throughout Boca. How do we like not ever
And
get
Del
kicked
Rey.
out? And Del Rey, it's embarrassing. Thank God, like none of us like share our lives like that on social media
No,
because it
queen.
will come back to haunt.
I'm locked down on social. I'm never on Facebook.
Not Facebook.
It's for
sorry,
like
Meta.
75-year-old ladies.
It's like for the
sorry.
people, like who goes on Facebook anymore?
I don't know.
And IG for me is like a little bit stiff too. I don't know.
I like IG. I can't get into TikTok.
Why not?
Because it's too much of
I
a
agree.
time suckage.
Yeah.
Oh God,
I can't. I
the
can't.
dopamine highs.
I can't.
That's for like
I'm
us
really-
ADD people.
I'm really into X.
X is good. That's good, and I love like
And
I
once
really
you start following Mike Benz, you're gonna be.
and then reading the replies. It's like a rabbit hole.
I love X.
I love Reddit too. I do.
I love Reddit for certain things.
Just to get
Anywho.
people's
Wait, are we
opinion on
doing Blake?
things.
Are we talking about Blake
Yes,
and
let's talk about Brigitte because you got to fill me in because I didn't get a
Oh.
chance to watch the episode.
Girl. Okay, so for all y'all that don't know, Candace Owens. Is,
Alleged. We have to say all this is alleged. Don't come
yes.
for us, French government.
oh God. Candace Owens is doing a whole series called Becoming Brigitte about Brigitte Macron, the First Lady of France, and Candace, is alleging that Brigitte was born a man
Yes.
and has transitioned to a woman. And she's doing this multi-part podcast / YouTube series with all of the facts. And she's working in conjunction with a French journalist whose name I forget.
Yes.
But here's the thing. First, there's way too many little details for me to like regurgitate to you because every freaking episode is chock full of like weird either coincidences or connections. We would need a giant murder board
But,
to
Boo.
connect all of the.
But also too the fact that she was his student and like
She was his teacher,
she was his teacher.
and she.
That right there
Right.
is like bad in my
So
opinion.
she
right?
was 39 and he was 14
Yeah, come on.
when they first met, which meets the
Shouldn't-
bar for statutory rape not only here in the United States but also in France.
Yeah, so why like she should be in jail like Mary Letourneau.
So the other thing that makes you scratch your head is that they keep doing these DDoS attacks to Candace's website, and it's coming from France, and it's with such strength that it can only be a government
I
entity.
fear for her life.
I
for
do
her.
too. She does have security. Here's the other thing. In all of the communications that Candace receives from their lawyers, and she reads them on the podcast, they never just come out and say, Brigitte Macron was born a woman. They
Yes.
never, ever say that.
And they're like, it's none of your business.
They literally send her a 100-page reply picking apart, oh, you showed a picture that looked like it was colorized. And like nitpicky little things. And then the French press at one point had a picture of this man that they claimed was Brigitte's first husband. Guess what? It was a picture of another teacher at the school that they both taught at. So like,
So weird.
I don't know what to believe, frankly. But there are so many questions that are unanswered.
But what about the brother who disappeared, who looks just like her.
Well, not only that, the brother who disappeared has a alleged son that looks just like freaking Macron. So here's what I'm saying. Like, what if she really is a woman, but what if this nephew is really their love child that she conceived when he was still underage? Because this guy, Candace shows
saw
it.
a photo.
He looks just like Macron.
Literally.
And he's supposed to be her nephew?
Oh my gosh. Just come clean.
And
This
then
is all alleged. Don't come for us,
They don't.
French government.
They apparently have a paparazzi photo of Brigitte outside of a plastic surgery clinic of the number one feminization surgeon
What?
in France.
And they didn't do a good job because she still looks pretty masculine to me.
So y'all, I don't know. I really think like
But they said it's none of Candace's business. But don't you owe it to the public?
So then don't come back with 100 pages of like little stupid details.
And there was
just like either say she was born a woman, shut up, or like I really think the nephew is her love child with him, which would then mean that she's a woman and she was always a woman.
They're hiding something.
Something. Because if you when you listen, let me tell you, like I said, each episode is chock full of so many connections.
She's a very good investigative journalist,
And
I
then
must say.
Macron's presidential portrait, the picture that
Yes,
hangs.
I was just Googling that.
Okay, so the book that's
Yes.
it's about
Pedophilia.
specifically young male victims.
Yes.
That's
like,
the only
why would you
book
have that in
the
your
shot.
Listen, it's a free world, right? But literally, why would you have that in your
Of all
official
the books.
photos? What about books of law? What about books of religion?
What
Or
about the
What
Bible?
about the
Right.
cooking or whatever the hell you care about?
Or just
but
no book.
But
no book at
that
all.
it
That's-
almost reminds me of like the Balenciaga with the blatant pedophilia symbolism
Yeah.
throughout the whole thing. Like
Yep.
what? Oh my God! Honestly, they said Roseanne Barr was crazy. She's not crazy. She knows what's up.
I mean, I listen to her podcast once in a while. She is kind of crazy.
She is kind of cuckoo
nuts.
magoo, but
Yeah.
it's nuts.
I don't want to be unalived.
Stay tuned. I
Stay
know.
tuned.
Stay tuned.
Check it out for yourselves. Figure
Yes,
it out.
but
see
I
what
mean,
you
it's
think.
interesting nonetheless. Very interesting. And now on to like something more frivolous. Blake and Ryan Reynolds.
God.
Apparently, Tay-Tay did not like being called a dragon, according to TMZ. Which it took them a long time. They were so anti Justin Baldoni, and then they got on the bandwagon very, very late after Megan and Candace came for Blake and Ryan.
I think the bigger issue is that Tay-Tay does not want to be involved in the litigation
No.
and dragged into the litigation more so than even being called
A dragon.
because first of all, like her fingerprints are all over this.
Yes.
She allegedly had a hand in casting the actress who played the young
Yep.
Blake Lively in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But now there's a school of thought that says she really didn't, but Blake was just name dropping and said that she did participate just to add the cachet of
Well, the actress
Taylor's-
was all into that. I just saw an interview
Yeah, but I
today.
feel like she was trying to maybe groom the young
Oh,
actress
to
be
be
on
on
her
her
side
side.
by
Yes.
saying Taylor Swift helped cast you.
Oh my God. I mean, honestly, that's not what friends do. Like, she's exposed her friend. I think,
Taylor Swift's been very careful about her brand.
hell yeah.
And now this,
And she
she's
can get
got
messy. It's not like she's not she's capable of being messy when she needs to be.
But she keeps her hands clean. Like,
she does.
and now she's getting a little bit of stink on her.
She'll shut all of us up if Ryan and Blake are in her box at the Super Bowl this weekend.
I don't think she's gonna. I don't think Taylor's gonna. I mean, Blake's not gonna be invited to the Super Bowl.
I don't think so, but what a way to shut it down.
Too much stink.
What a way to shut it down. Because she was there, like, in her little crappy outfit, that little red Adidas outfit, feeling like she was a shiznit.
Yeah, I think Blake's got too much stink on her now.
Oh, my God. And I don't think she's a nice person.
No, she sounds like a right bitch.
Yeah, no, she doesn't treat people... It seems like she doesn't treat people well.
No.
And I think they are... And Martha Stewart said that Ryan is not allegedly
Yes.
not that nice or funny at all.
I heard that, and she's a
Okay.
fucking gangsta.
I
Oh, sorry, I
love-
said the F word.
That's okay. We're already Ian drinking.
Martha's a gangsta, so she knows.
She is.
She knows.
Okay. Martha knows real people.
She does.
Martha is as real as it
She is.
comes. Okay.
So here's what's interesting. So Simple Plan 2 is out, and now Blake has to do press. Is she going to do it with Kendrick because they allegedly hate each other?
I did like the first movie though. I really did.
I did too, but like,
I don't
she's a-
know.
I don't think the two lead actresses get along.
They
How is this
don't?
going to work with the press? Is she going to make Anna Kendrick sit in the freaking basement at the premiere like she
God,
did
they
with
hijacked
Baldoni?
that. They hijacked that man's movie and bamboozled him into rewriting his script and Ryan Reynolds flexing his might. But I don't put it all on Ryan Reynolds. Like Blake is the victim. She's not the victim here.
Let's not forget Leslie Sloan in this, the publicist who's the puppet master behind the scenes
Yes.
manipulating the media.
I think she's getting sued too.
She is. She's in that $400 million lawsuit.
Good.
But did you know that Ryan Reynolds also busted up Justin's podcast? So he did a
Yes.
podcast with this woman. I'm sorry, I forget her name.
Yes.
And
she quit.
Because Reynolds gave her a part in something.
Oh my God.
And
Shame on these people.
And he drove a wedge, allegedly, between
believe it.
Justin and
I
this
believe
woman.
it. I believe it. You know, they
So-
wield a lot of power in Hollywood.
They came after every aspect of this man's life. They tried to get him thrown out of William Morris Endeavor.
They did.
Yeah. And so it's the podcast, the film. They're trying
Yes.
to not get him the right or remove him from getting the rights to the sequel.
Like his lawyer just said,
Representation.
he's lost his 4 projects.
Mm-hmm.
4 projects. They've gone after this man's livelihood,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not fair.
It's disgusting.
And I cannot wait until this case comes
We have
about.
a year to wait.
Oh my! I
Unless
hope-
they settle first.
They better settle because they've already lost in the public's eye. Like we see right through it. It's crazy. And like the metadata, like some influencers on TikTok actually found out the metadata of when the text messages were manipulated, and it was all the way back on like Halloween of last year. So they started building this case.
Well, that's when the New York Times article was first written. They found the metadata in the
yes.
the photography that was on top above the
Yes.
the article. So yes, so that implies that Leslie Sloan, the publicist, was in cahoots with the New York Times to give them a heads up that this case was being filed, and they had allegedly time from Halloween through December to write the article before it was published. I think at the end of December or something like that.
It's crazy. I cannot wait to watch this unfold. Should we take a little breaky break?
Oh my God, I forgot all about it.
Yes. We'll pause to pay our bills.
You may want to just put in another break sometime before then.
Yes.
So anything else on these two before we go to the wicked stepmommy?
No, I mean we just have to keep waiting and watching and seeing what unfolds.
Watch
But
what happens.
I know, but everybody says this is like the Johnny Depp Amber Heard type of situation.
No, but it's so much. I think it's so much more diabolical because that was just like scorn lover bullshit.
something happened.
This is like
I'm like
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively trying to destroy this man.
I know, to take over his movie, to take over the rights of like the
destroy
second,
his podcast. He lost his representation.
to take over the rights to
and-
even do the sequel.
Correct. And don't forget, he owned the studio that produced that movie, which means his studio paid for the premiere that he was made to sit in the basement
But
for.
I blame him for getting bamboozled. Like, grow some balls, Justin
Well,
Baldoni.
that's just it. He's just a soy
You were too
boy.
nice.
He
Yeah.
was.
I believe that he's like a soft feminist.
He
like,
is. But now
nice-
I
a
think
spirit
that
of life, but
you got to be a fighter now, Justin, and your balls
Exactly.
have to drop.
Yes.
But to his credit, he picked up on her being shady early, and he recorded everything,
Yes.
and he documented everything, and that is why he was wearing a mic pack when they were doing that
Yes.
dancing scene.
Yes.
She didn't know.
Yes.
He knew he had to cover his ass with her.
Absolutely.
So I do give him props
absolutely.
for that.
But they are pretty powerful and well connected.
Yeah.
So this is like the house of cards crumbling for them. And I will never look at Ryan Reynolds again. And I never really liked her or her movie. She's not that great. I never watched Gossip Girl.
I thought she was beautiful. I never watched Gossip Girl. I like
she
The
is
Simple
beautiful.
Favor.
She is to me. She is absolutely drop dead gorgeous, but she's obviously ugly inside.
Bitch.
Yes.
But you know what? Most of the celebrities are. And I told you before, like, I knew Sarah Michelle Gellar for many years, started off nice, did some shit.
The ego.
You know,
that will never happen to us, Bougie Crew. We will stay humble.
There's just this sense of entitlement that happens. And, you know, even when you read the text between Justin and Blake, they're just so self-important and just so disgusting. And the way
his voice did sound sexy on that 2 a.m. voice note,
they
though.
do, but the shit that they tell
it
each
was
other.
flirty. It was flirty. They crossed the line.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is when you live in this echo chamber of people like inflating you to be an artist and an art, you're making a fucking stupid ass Lifetime movie, bitches. Okay, don't get your heads all up in a tizzy. Like, you know, when there's no one to bring you back down to earth, you just get this inflated ego. You feel like you can do anything, and guess what? You can't. There are still rules in life. There's still like human decency, like laws you have to follow.
Yes, it won't happen to us.
Chop,
we will forever stay humble.
Ish. Anywho, back.
It's giving season, honey. We're giving all this good energy and entertainment for real. We're gonna get it back tenfold in a beautiful way.
I've been getting some child, but it ain't been good.
Girl,
child.
I know.
The fish.
Help. Wasabi.
All right, let's do our show.
Yes. Yes.
All right, well, wealthy businessman Joseph DiMare was shot dead on March 24th, 1961. And guess what? Because the popo dumb went cold for 60 years.
Crazy.
So on the evening of the 24th of March, his 53-year-old body was found dead in the passenger seat of his Cadillac Fleetwood in North Miami. And he was shot 4 times in the head, which is a real gangster move, if you ask me.
No, like vendetta. So Joseph's wife, Frances, 33, told the Popo that they were driving to dinner at Mike Gordon's restaurant around 7:15 p.m. when 2 armed men hopped into the back seat when they were stopped at a traffic light. Keep your doors locked, people. According to Frances's account, the men pointed a gun at her head and told her to drive to an empty lot. She claimed they pistol whipped her until she blacked out. And when she came to, DiMare was dead.
Well, isn't that convenient? She said she ran barefoot through the bushes to a gas station and called the Popo. Everybody was investigated, says attorney Paul Novak. They looked into whether it was a mafia hit. They looked at Frances. They had a list of suspects, and around it went.
The case remained cold for 62 whole years until earlier this month when the Miami-Dade Police Department, with the help of Novak, released that Frances, who died at age 82 in 2006, was responsible for his slaying.
I mean, literally, she got away with murder.
Her whole life.
It's a blessing.
Aww.
DiMare's son said, Richard 81, is it really a blessing that your mother got away with murder?
No, I guess finally getting the truth, right?
Oh, maybe.
And this is all according to People Mag, who broke the story.
So DiMare was a widower with 4 children when he met Frances, who was significantly younger than himself. She was a bank teller then. The marriage became rocky when DiMare changed his will, stating that his wife was living on and off in Ohio and had been living at home at the time of his death, only to collect his inheritance. The week before the murder, Frances returned home to Florida conveniently, and DiMare went to Boston to speak with his family about his crumbling marriage.
It was decided Cho was going to divorce her and sever ties, said Novak. He flew back from Boston with the intention to start divorce proceedings. What we believe is he told her that day or that night about the divorce. But I mean, why not get divorced and get half? Why not just take half and go and live your life?
That's what I don't understand either.
is it that you want 100, or is it that you love this man so much that you can't live without him, so you get psychosis and you kill him?
Or did he just piss you off to the extent that you can't deal with his ass living on planet Earth anymore?
Let
I don't
me tell
know.
you, nothing is worth potentially going to the jail.
Are you
child.
flipping kidding me?
Have you seen the food?
That
You
is
got
my
no Botox, no TV, no internet. Like, what the hell?
no internet. Oh shit.
No internet. Girl,
Oh,
we have the
hell.
DTs if you have no internet.
Child.
I think that would be like one of the worst things. Like,
Well, I think having a roommate that rapes you would be the worst.
oh my God, or sleeping next to a toilet bowl, or
Yeah.
eating
Having
moldy
to
bread like
pee
Diddy.
in front of everybody.
Oh my gosh.
What if you got diarrhea and everybody on your
Child, I guess
cell
people
block
don't
knows about
care.
it?
People
Well, when you
don't
gotta go, you
care.
gotta go.
There's no shame. They murked people. I guess they don't have the shame level.
That's
like,
my
goes
worst
away.
fear is that like I'm put away for something I didn't do.
Oh my girl, I'll never let that happen. I will fight for you. Okay, I will get.
need the
I
dream
will get
team, honey.
Justin's lawyer.
Yeah. Well, let's see if he wins first, boo.
I know, right?
Miami-Dade homicide detective Jonathan Grossman, who collaborated with Novak, believes DiMare was killed at home before they went out to dinner, and then Francis just drove the Cadillac into a field.
What? Francis described being running barefoot from the scene for help, but police found no scrapings on her feet or shoes. They were neatly in place next to the car.
Well, that blows that thing. But yet we had to wait 62 years until the case was cracked.
Gosh, dang, fire those people.
So Frances, again, she alleged that she was pistol whipped, but neither the doctors nor DiMare's family found any signs of that happening. On the day of the funeral, her hair was done at our home, said Richard, then a 21-year-old business student at the University of Miami. And I stood over her and I looked her in the face, and there were no
Wow.
injuries whatsoever. Well, listen, Dick, why didn't you go to the police then? You
I
could have been like this bird's lying.
Grow a pair, child.
Yes, Dick.
Like, honestly, seriously, that's crazy. Like, wouldn't you report that? Did you love her so much? Was she
She
that
was the
great of a
stepmother.
stepmom?
Exactly. Oh, what if they were having an affair?
I don't know.
Ooh, did he get any money?
But, like, I don't know. This
It
is
doesn't
crazy.
add up to me.
It does not.
No, child.
Even more, he probably got some insurance too and like financially benefited from
Yeah.
it probably, you know?
Yeah.
Otherwise he would have cared about finding the killer more. In our little humble opinions. Even more telling, police found 2 casings in the back of the Cadillac that were traced back to the gun DiMare bought Francis months before.
Well, ain't that a kick in the shorts? You buy her the gun that she uses to kill you?
Guys, come
The
on.
fajouk?
Jesus. It was Richard who provided police with the evidence. Like 1,000 years later when he's like a decrepit grandpa and
So
she's
wait.
dead.
Yeah, exactly. He conveniently waits till his bird's dead. Then
I
he
hope
starts
his
singing like a canary.
dad haunted him.
Child, please.
Obviously not hard enough.
Exactly. Richard says to the detectives, "Hey, listen, I took my father's gun and I shot it into the pool, and I have the casings," Grossman told People magazine. Over the course of the years, the firearms unit was able to determine that the casings were from the car, and they were in fact fired from the same gun that Richard fired into the pool, which was his father's gun.
Oh, my father.
I knew the
is
next
weak.
day, and I told the police my stepmother was the shooter. And they just looked at me, Richard said.
Novak says Francis at the time was mostly treated as the victim. Novak, who recently solved the 1966 disappearance of 17-year-old Danny Goldman, who was killed by mobsters as a part of a money laundering scheme related to the bank where his father served as an officer, says many of the old Miami murder cases involve an element of corruption, undue influence, and intentional derailment.
Ooh, intentionally derailing the case.
So why? What did they have to benefit?
There's got to be a money trail.
God dang it.
Nothing else explains it. After DiMare's slaying, a high-up government official began coming by the family home and started pushing police to leave Francis alone.
What?
Was he banging Francis?
What?
She's a victim, she's a widow, she's upset. Don't even think about her being a suspect, he said. You have political power pushing against what seems to be a tide of evidence.
Huh. DiMare's death shattered his 3 college-age sons and 9-year-old daughter who lost their mother to breast cancer a few years earlier. It was pretty devastating, says Richard. We lost our mother in 1956. What children lose one parent and then 5 years later, the other parent is dead?
It's been known to happen.
Well, guys, like, care and try to solve the case.
Exactly. I mean, the evidence was overwhelming.
I would
She
have
didn't
felt
look
better.
pistol
I
whipped.
would have felt better if she was in jail and I got the money that she got.
Correct.
Okay.
None of this
No
makes
bueno.
sense.
No bueno.
Richard said that after the funeral, Francis gave them 24 hours to leave their family
What?
home.
Oh, I would have been on her ass
Me
like a mofo.
too. My 9-year-old sister ended up living with my brother and his wife, he says, and Francis inherited about $250,000.
Cold-hearted biatch.
It's hurtful,
But
says
y'all-
Richard. All the evidence was right there. This should never have gone on this long. Well, Richard, I don't feel like you pushed the peanut up the hill enough.
No, child. That's why I grow some kahunas. Let's get like Ben back. Wake up. Grow some balls.
Yeah.
Okay?
These
Like, you're going to
low-test
wait till you
dust-
decrepit and like the money is
Oh,
spent and she's
guess
moved
what?
on with her life. Like,
250K don't go that far, child.
I feel sorry for you, but I don't feel sorry
I
for you.
know.
Okay? I'm sorry. Anyway, child. He credits Novak for reinvestigating the case and pushing for resolution. He was my family's guardian angel.
Lord have mercy.
That's your own fault, child, son.
What the
Richard.
actual fajok, Richard?
No, we would have been all over this. No, nope, and oh, you don't get a pass.
62 years.
You don't get a pass.
What the flip?
Why? Why?
The
Like-
fact that she says she was pistol whipped and didn't look pistol whipped?
And that the cops, well, derailment.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was sleeping with somebody.
Somebody.
She paid somebody off with punene.
She must have had a magical PP.
Oh my God. Oh, Lord child, please. My Bougie Bible pick this week is Super Beets with CoQ10. And you guys, these are so delicioso, okay? They are excelente. They support healthy blood pressure levels. They promote heart healthy energy without
you.
caffeine or stimulants.
Without caffeine or stimulants, who needs this bullshit?
It supports nitric oxide production. It reduces oxidative stress and damage. And clinical research dose of CoQ10, it's a full 100 mgs, and it promotes cellular energy production. Okay, it's by Human. That's the
tasty.
brand,
Wow.
and it's like they have promotions going on all the time where you buy one and you get a second one free. And you know, it's not also too if you want a little sweet treat.
I'm going to
kinda
have
takes
it
the
after
edge
I
off.
have to do mine.
Yeah, it's good. Isn't it good,
Excellent.
It's really good. Really good.
Excellent. So, Benji, if you could hit the link on my Bougie Bible so my friends at home who are watching this on YouTube can take a look. My Bougie Bible pick this week is Winwood Dog Food Company, and they have a variety of fresh dog foods for a variety of conditions. Our little boo-boo bear is on the cardiac support diet, which is turkey and rice and blueberries and cranberries and filled with all of the vitamins and minerals that her little ticker needs. And there's also like renal support. There's a whole array of them that arrives frozen. It's recommended by veterinarians, developed with the best science. I don't know why the link's not working, but it's winwooddogfood.com. That's WYNWOOD dogfood.com. And my little picky eater has been enjoying it. And yeah, so.
And I've seen her snob food.
Oh, my God.
She eats that up like it's a freaking filet mignon wagyu.
She does
A5,
actually, which
okay?
is saying a lot for Winwood Dog Food. so
Yes, yes.
check
She
it
picky
out.
child.
Oh my God, like her daddy. That's all we got, y'all.
Share this ish with your favorite bad biosh.
And remember, if you have to ask who your crazy neighbor is,
It's probably you. Bye, Bougie Crew.
Be good.
We love you. Bye.
Happy 200 episodes.
200!
Bup, bup. That was fun.
Twas.